lap around Arrowhead Stadium. Hip, hip, hooray! Patrick Mahomes doesn't seem to need extra motivation, saying, quote, it's just as important as any other game in the division, no matter if they took a victory lap or not. So, Acho, should the Chiefs have extra motivation against the Raiders on Sunday?
See, Big Dog, that's why I like talking to players, because Patrick Mahomes, I don't know who he was talking to. We're going to treat this like any other game. But remember when Travis Kelce, Killer Trav, came on the show a couple days ago? I said, hey, bro, keep it a buck with me. Y'all taking this game a little more intently? He was like, of course. He kept it real with us. Yes, the Chiefs should have extra motivation, and they will have extra motivation. I won't lie to y'all, and I'm not going to let Patrick Mahomes lie to y'all. Marcellus, the Chiefs understand that they haven't lost a game in a calendar year. They've lost one, actually, and that one was to the Raiders. 1 year left without a scratch, left without a blemish. But then the Raiders gonna sit here and embarrass us. You gonna have a speedier receiver than we do in Henry Ruggs. Beat us deep. How you gonna have Derek Carr out here outshining me, $450 million Patrick Mahomes? The Chiefs understand, like, yo, we got to stop the bleeding, because the Raiders, they actually think they're somebody, and they should if you're a Raiders fan. But for the Chiefs, you got to let them know that they are not. On my first lap, I'm going to come with my heat. My biggest point is this, sir.
Bring it.
In football, nothing is scarier than a team or a player that gets confidence. What do I mean? Alabama should have never let Clemson beat them back in 2016. Remember Deshaun Watson, corner of the end zone, Renfro, touchdown. All of a sudden, since then, Clemson been the top dogs because they got confidence over Alabama. Brandon Carr should have never let Odell Beckham catch that ball with 3 fingers. Because after Odell Beckham caught that ball with 3 fingers, everything changed. He said, wait a second, I'm confident I can be the best receiver in the football league. And for the next 2 years, he was.
Yes.
The Kansas City Chiefs looking like, we should have never let the Raiders beat us once. Because if the Raiders beat the Chiefs twice, now the Raiders are sitting here saying, oh, this Chiefs team that y'all can't beat, we got their number. So I think there is extra motivation, and there should be extra motivation, because it's a pivotal game.
Okay, I disagree with that. Extra motivation, like, because I'm a guy that I don't believe in 110%. I don't believe, oh, okay, now I'm really upset at you. You play football. You get between them white lines for 3 hours on a Sunday, guess what? It's a dog-eat-dog world, brother. We are out there to kill. And a situation where someone took a victory lap, as Travis Kelce even said, he's like, that didn't bother me. It's the fact that they beat us bothered me. And I think that's what Mahomes is trying to say, basically, like, yeah, it's a divisional game. We got to win because they beat us. But all this victory lap stuff, that's not entering into my mindset or into this conversation. If you think about it, also, Alabama is at the top of the college football rankings right now. All this Clemson, you want to go 2016. Who's winning right now? Who's #1 ranked right now? I digress.
Trevor Lawrence got it.
I digress. Seriously, the motivation for them to beat the Raiders is, one, the Raiders shouldn't be in our path in terms of what we want to accomplish. If you're the Chiefs, you're trying to create a dynasty. I know a lot of people attach dynasty already to them, but they've only won 1 ring. Singular, not plural. So if you're going to have a dynasty, you can't have pit stops called the Las Vegas Raiders. You have to plow through. You can't stop there. You can't stop down twice there. You have to continue plowing through it. So I think where their motivation is coming from is strictly a pure focus on the football field, and that this is an opponent that got us last time. Simple as that.
I still don't understand how you genuinely don't believe in extra motivation.
Hell no.
But we're going to have to duke that out another time, because let me tell my own stories.
All right, go.
My senior night, University of Texas, we're playing a team, Kansas State, led by Colin Klein. Colin Klein goes on to be a Heisman finalist, I think, the year later. It was my senior night. I played every game hard. I played every play hard. But against Colin Klein, who everybody had kind of crowned as one of the best quarterbacks in college football, I had extra motivation. I said, you know what? Every time I hit him, I'm trying to end his life. Now, it's not saying every time I wasn't trying to make tackles before, but that game, my senior night, the last time I was going to play at that stadium where I played for 4 years, visited for 5 years because my brother played there prior, I had extra. I don't know where I found it from. I don't know where I gathered it from. It's not to say I wasn't going all out before, but it was to say that I found a little bit of extra strength, a little bit of extra something. I do think the Chiefs are going to do the same, because they're looking around like, dang, the Raiders really got our number. I'm not saying Mahomes hasn't played hard before. I'm not saying Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm not saying all that. But when you go into a game, big dog, there is a little bit of extra that you find. And in this game, they're going to find it.
Man, I'm looking at your stats from that game. Yeah, but it wasn't your best game. What extra? I thought you was going to put some more on it. You gave me the same old Acho. This ain't no extra motivated Acho. It's a good Acho. That's why he got drafted. But damn, wasn't like you killed the world. Whoever Colin Klein is. Respect to them. Respect to you and your extra motivation take that I never will agree with, but we'll have that conversation. I want to talk about this conversation.
What's up?
When you're looking at a Raiders team, do you remember how that game actually played out? Why the Chiefs are really concerned about the Raiders? Because they went out there and beat them at their own game. 4 deep bombs. Derek Carr was like, oh, you think Patrick